right, we're live, it looks like. We are live, we are live, we are live. I'm just getting set up here. I'm sorry I'm late, guys. For people that are maybe been here a couple of minutes, we'll see how many people we got hanging out here in a second. I got my chat room kind of over here on the side. I don't know. Oh, Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, my friend? How's it going, Johnny? Just getting a little late here. My apologies. I was trying to just get everything set up, and you know how all that goes. But yeah, we're here. We're here. We're live. Really cool. I got a bunch of stuff to kind of go over tonight, man. And Johnny, we will try to bring you in the into Skype. That's what I was trying to set up a little while ago, and I think I got it. It was kind of working, then it wasn't working. It was kind of working. Hey, everybody, what's going on, man? See how many people we got hanging out. I know you guys usually get here really quick. You get here faster than... We got, 11, 10, 12, 15, 18. Wow. Okay, cool, man. You guys are jumping in. If I'm looking over down here to my left, it's just because I have my iPad over here checking out the chat. And so I'm going to try to reposition things in a way that kind of makes sense. So how is everybody doing? Again, thanks so much for joining. We've been planning this for a while now. It's been about a month since the last time I've seen y'all. Let me get my notes here. I have a whole nother set of notes here. Hold on one second, guys. Found them. All right, here we go. So, how is everybody? What do we have? 17. Arson, Keith. Tripredo? How are you? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm watching the chat on my iPad, so it's a little on the small side. Where's my cursor? Here we go. How many people we got going on here? 24. Okay, man, we've been online 2 minutes. I'm sorry I'm late. Hi, Aaron. How are you? Good to see you. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late. Just trying to get things planned out. I had a last minute kind of change of things we were going to talk about. There was some things. We're going to talk about a lot tonight, man. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to probably bring on Johnny Lipsham, our good buddy Johnny, who's in the chat now over on Skype in a little bit. At least we're going to try, Johnny. God, I don't know if we're going to actually get it to work, but we're going to try. So first and foremost, if you don't already know, set your resolution to 1080p, because that's going to give you the best resolution. This will all be on YouTube and be archived, obviously. So later on, if this, YouTube craps out or whatever happens and we get disconnected for some strange reason, which could happen, I will make sure this is all on YouTube, and by tomorrow you'll be able to watch the whole broadcast. Or if you're joining late and you missed some of the information, because we're going to go over a lot tonight, I got a lot to tell you, you'll be able to just kind of rewind and check things out. We have 28 people here. Andy, how are you, my friend? Robert, good to see you. Dre, good to see you. Chris, good to see you. Aaron, Keith. Hey, Keith Baker, how are you, my friend? I haven't talked to you in a while. I've been meaning to follow up with you. I haven't been ignoring you. I've just been busy, but I will get to you. I will follow up with you, I promise. How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody's weekend thus far? This is our monthly soiree here, where we get together and just kind of chat and go over a bunch of stuff. So let me just test out all our cameras here. So I got a bunch of cameras, as I normally do. And I had a hell of a time. Last time we talked, I had multiple oh man, a whole bunch of stuff has changed. I'm telling you, me trying to get this whole this live stream thing perfected is a pain in the rear, but I'm doing it. I'm going to get it done. So we're back to I upgraded I bought a video camera the other day. I wanted to buy a 4K video camera to try to step up our game and do everything in the highest resolution possible. So I ordered a Sony camcorder. It came in. I did the video with the Logic keyboard video I just did on YouTube a few days ago. That was shot with the new camera, and I got some new lighting and stuff. And the lighting needs to be a little bit better still, but the resolution really came out nice. This morning I went to use the camera and it crapped out, if you can believe that. No, it wasn't a dead battery. It kind of turned on and there was some kind of a rattling inside the camera. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? So now I don't have a camera. I didn't have a camera for tonight's live stream. So I get up, I get out of bed, and I drive 45 minutes to the nearest store that had the camera that I wanted in stock, and I went all the way down there, traded it in, got my money back, bought a Panasonic 4K camera, which is set up here, and so I was kind of scrambling today. So what a pain. Hey, Donald, how are you? Bandit, how are you? Randall, how's it going? And so, yeah, so it's been a hell of a day trying to get everything set up. So in any event, let me just get over here onto, let me move this out of the way here. I'm working with two screens, but I'm working with an iPad here as my second screen. So number one is going to show you my screen. Number two is going to show you me. Hey, number three is going to show you picture-in-picture. Number four should be the StudioLive, which you guys should be able to see over here. My hands kind of being shot over my left shoulder here with the new Panasonic 4K camera. So we'll take a look at some of that stuff a little later. Number five is going to be me in the picture-in-picture with the StudioLive. Number six is going to, me for when we do Skype calls and stuff later, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Number eight is going to be Studio One will be on the screen. The StudioLive will be in the bottom right-hand corner, right? So we're high tech, and we're back to number two. So I'm still trying to work this stuff out, but we're doing okay. So it should be pretty cool. So, you know, before we jump into Studio One, and I know that's what everybody wants to do. They all want to see the StudioLive. Now, here's the thing with the StudioLive that I found out, or I heard the other day. So we all know that anyone that has a new StudioLive Series 3, we all know that it's not a surface control yet. And I'm hearing rumblings through the grapevine that we're probably looking at more towards the end of the year before that becomes true. Now, I hope that's not true. If anyone here is from Presonus tonight. Hi, Michael. How are you? I see you. You know, step it up, guys, right? We can't wait till December to get the firmware to control Studio One. we can't wait that long, for crying out loud. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm kind of hearing, which is a little disappointing to say the least. However, it's coming, I'm told still. And again, I don't even know if that's true. I've heard it from a couple of people now, and they're pretty reliable sources. So I tend to believe it's probably going to happen sometime in the fourth quarter. So as far as the way I'm using the StudioLive, it's kind of the same as it was the last time that we spoke last month. You know, I'm not getting too crazy with all the different crazy workarounds that we talked about with analog summing and all that stuff we talked about last time, because it's all going to change once this thing becomes a surface control. So I'm trying not to go completely nuts and buy any more equipment and do all these crazy workarounds when it's all going to change. I want to see what the final firmware is going to be. And so when I'm doing mixes now that are less than 32 channels, or actually 31 channels, 32 channels, sorry. 32 channels, then I just route things out of Studio One back to the mixer, use the faders, and still use my plugins and all that stuff, which works okay. And then we do a print track, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. I did a video on this on YouTube. I know a lot of you've already seen it, but we'll do it in live real time here where I show you how we print the mix back into Studio One, and you know, we'll play around with some stuff and we'll check all that out. But as far as the analog summing and all the stuff I was doing in the past, I'm no longer doing that, as we talked about, and I'm going to hold off and I'm going to wait until we get the final firmware. And then once that happens, then I'll have a better feel for, you know, what I need to do as far as analog summing goes, because I'm going to go back to that anyway, because as I said last time, you can absolutely hear a difference, and I want to go back to what I'm used to hearing, but I want to wait until everything is so-so. So the StudioLive is kind of in the same, you know, the same predicament as it was last month. We're kind of just, I finally have gotten all my other external gear that I was doing for live streams, for Skype, for Wirecast, and all that stuff is gone now, and everything is going through the StudioLive, including my vocal mic, and I'm using the onboard LA2A style compressor along with an EQ. Hopefully my audio is okay. If you guys can let me know that. I should have probably asked you that right up front. How does my voice audio-wise sound? Does it sound okay? Acceptable? Just let me know. I'm sure you guys would say if it didn't. Let's see who's in the chat. We got 38 people here. This is cool. Michael, Doris, how are you? Johnny, I think all the... Okay, so... yeah, how does the voice sound? If you guys can let me know. Sounds great. Andy says it sounds good. Hi, Andy. Okay, cool. So, yeah, everything is going through the StudioLive. I'm pretty psyched about that. I got rid of the Allen and Heath mixer, which we talked about last month. I got rid of the Universal Audio Apollo. I got rid of the Dangerous Music D-Box, although I will buy probably a Dangerous Music summing device once we get the firmware update, as I just said. So I have made some progress in that respect, that I'm able to get everything to go through the StudioLive, and I'm setting I set up a bunch of different scenes to route things, you know, whichever way I needed to based on the way I need things to have routed based on what I'm doing. So if I'm doing something in ScreenFlow or creating tutorials, the audio routes a certain way. What we're doing right now, the audio kind of routes a certain way. When I'm rehearsing with my band and I'm recording, that's routed a little bit different. So it's really cool to be able to save it all as a preset and then call it up, and then everything is already routed the way I want. All my EQ and compression settings are all set up and everything is good. So if anyone wants to know, outside of just doing some live recording in your studio, can you do a whole multiple things with the StudioLive? Can everything route through it, and can you get it all to work? The answer is yes, you can. And I've proven that you can do that, and it is working for me. And if you have any questions about the detail of that, you can ask in the chat, and or you can just send me an email or, leave a comment below this video once it's on YouTube, and I'll answer it the best I can. Okay, so if you want to know a specific scenario on how you might plan to use the StudioLive Series 3 mixers in your studio, beyond just basic recording and mixing, if you have any kind of special needs, hit me up and I'll try to help. So let's see who else is in the chat here. Let's get over here to the chat. We got 48 people here. We've been on 11 minutes. This is so cool. Yeah, Andy, I got my Skype up now. I'm going to bring on Johnny and Stutch in a little bit, once we get through some of the hit list of things I want to talk to you guys about. So let's see. We got a bunch of stuff. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about, some of you guys know this, some of you guys do not, is that recently, as a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to bring Johnny Lipsham on Skype in a little bit. Johnny has done a product for home recording made easy. So Johnny is the first guest instructor, if you will, of creating a course. He created a course called MIDI Drums Made Easy. We released it, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and it's done rather well, and a bunch of people have jumped on it and checked it out. If you don't know about the series, head over to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. There's a new beginner series. It's about a 3-hour plus or minus a few minutes, 3-video series on everything to do with programming MIDI drums. And when Johnny comes on in a little bit on Skype, he could tell you more about it, but it's a really good series, and the people that have purchased it have written in and left us a bunch of comments, and they're really happy with it, so you want to go check that out. And I know Johnny's going to also be doing some stuff, intermediate, advanced programming MIDI drum stuff in the near future, and then we have a bunch of other ideas that Johnny wants to do. So we're gonna continue to work together and have Johnny keep bringing products of home recording made easy, and kind of give you guys the kind of training that I really can't give you, because I don't really work a lot with MIDI. I'm not an expert at it like Johnny is. I'm pretty much an audio guy. I don't do a lot of MIDI stuff, hardly any, as a matter of fact. So that's really great that Johnny's filling that void and giving you guys some training that I can't provide. Also, our good friend Johnny Geib, which I'm sure, I don't know, maybe a few of you know of Johnny Geib, right? Does anybody here know who Johnny Geib is? I think you all know who Johnny Geib is, right? So Johnny Geib over at the Home Studio Trainer, another good pal of mine, he is also going to create a series for home recording made easy. It's in the works kind of right now. It's called Working with, I think the working title is Loops Made Easy, or Working with Loops Made Easy. We haven't decided yet, Johnny and I. But anyway, it's basically working with all audio loops and how to do a whole host of things for both beginner, intermediate, and advanced. It'll be probably 2 different products. It'll be kind of, the first series will be kind of beginners, where he does everything on how to create your loops in Studio One, how to use the loops that come with Studio One, how to build songs, how to slice and dice, and a whole host of stuff, things that I don't even know about yet. So Johnny's going to do a whole series on just working with loops, and that's coming soon, probably within the next 4 to 6 weeks is my guess, based on our last conversation. So I'm real excited and really honored and humbled to have both Johnny and Johnny working with home recording made easy. It's been a long time coming to bring other instructors to the home recording made easy family, and I couldn't be more pleased with both Johnny Geib and Johnny Lipsham. They've been friends of mine for a long time. We're very selective, and not only bringing people into the fold that are, number one, just great people. Number two, are like-minded in the way they like to teach, and their whole attitude about giving back to the community and really trying to help people, which is super important to me. And just, easy people to work with. And so I'm really excited because I could tell you that I get approached by a lot of people to work with me at Home Recording Made Easy, and Johnny are the first two people that I wanted to work with. And I say no to most people because their head's not in the right place. And what's great about Johnny, I like that, the J&J show, is that we're very much on the same page with philosophy around training and teaching and business and all that stuff. And they're a lot like myself in that they want to give a ton of training for the most affordable price that you'll ever find. And it's not just, thrown together, whipped together kind of half-assed training. It's real quality training. I mean, Johnny Lipsham's MIDI series, when I watch that, you're not going to find a better MIDI drum program tutorial anywhere, regardless of price. You're just not going to find it. So we're not just about throwing and slapping stuff together. We're about creating as quality stuff as we possibly can and bringing it to you at a price that you won't find anywhere else to try to help as many people as possible. So I'm really excited, and I want to thank Johnny Lipsham and Johnny Geib for joining me in Home Recording Made Easy, and I hope we do a lot more stuff together in the future, and I know that we will. So that's super, super exciting. So that's one thing that I wanted to make sure that everybody knew. If you didn't already know, go out to homerecordingmadeeasy.com and check out the Made Easy page, the Made Easy products page, and you will see MIDI drums made easy. And then you will also see in the very near future loops made easy by Johnny Geib, and we'll do a promotional video, and we'll probably do a live stream together, and we'll do a Facebook Live like me and Johnny Lipsham did a few weeks ago, and we'll announce it. But just be aware that that is definitely coming. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Robert, thanks Keith for the link. Oh yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks Keith for reminding people and posts. I know Keith and Andy are putting stuff up on Facebook, letting people know I'm on here tonight. That's great. Thank you guys. I appreciate your help. You guys always do that. And if I forgot to thank you in the past, I didn't mean to. Excuse me. So yeah, that's really cool. So Keith's putting it up in the Studio One group and the Studio One Sessions group. That's awesome. You guys can head on over. Hopefully they'll check it out. It's on my Facebook page. It's all over the place, but it'll be in the archive. So don't worry about that. So that's what's going on with the Made Easy stuff and kind of our guest instructor. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know about, because I got asked about it a lot in last month's live stream, was about the Studio One Artist series that we talked about. And I told you last month that there is going to be a Studio One Artist Made Easy series, and there will be. I'm going to start working on that probably next week. It'll probably be about a month before it's ready to come out.